Morning, welcome back to the show. Joining me here in the studio right now is Jim Tillich. And what exactly is your position over at the Breck Fine Art Gallery?
Well, Paul Cohen was my manager for a long time.
Okay.
He moved back to England.
Yeah.
So I'm the owner and I'm the manager.
Oh, that's great. And
so I enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, the Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery, as the name suggests, it's in Breckenridge. But if you were going to explain to someone how to get there, how would you do that?
Right down Main Street, and at the end, toward the end of Main Street, at Park and Main, it's the corner building, big sign, Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery.
Yeah, you can see that awning, and also it's just a great setting. And when you go into the Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery, you know, what exactly is the feel and the vibe over in the gallery?
Well, I like Impressionism.
Okay.
You know, Camille Pissarro and a lot of other artists started the Impressionist movement. Renoir. In fact, back in the 1880s, 1870s, Renoir actually painted a church in the fog, and he called it Impressions of a Church.
Okay.
And so they started calling it Impressionism because he said, this isn't exactly what that building looked like, but this is my impression of it, especially in the fog.
Right.
So Impressionism actually came from there. It spread, and as it spread around the world, it produced the artwork called Impressionism, the artist's view of what they saw. And so it produced Impressionism, and that's what I carry, the afterthoughts of Impressionism, each country's view of it. That's what I love to sell.
Fantastic. So you have many examples in there that you can go see, and any piece that you're going to find in the Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery is museum quality, and just some remarkable works of art that you can find in there. And like you said, from all around the world, and you brought a couple examples in here today to talk about.
I did. I get art from, right now, 40 different countries.
Wow.
And I enjoy the travel
I
really a whole lot.
I bet you do.
So this one is a Timkov, and it's from Russia.
Okay.
I brought one from Russia and one from Australia. Kind of, you know, opposite sides of the world.
Sure.
Yeah, add a little flavor.
Different hemispheres completely, yeah.
Right. So when you look at the Hagen that you're looking at now, Hagen is an Australian. I brought him to the States about 20 years ago, and I've been selling his art ever since. He has a very large following, but what he does is he wants you to be happy. He wants the colors to have a blending effect so that there's a comfort level that goes with it, but he wants to make it pop. So you notice, in fact, that's his daughter standing in the water with the blue dress.
Okay.
She's got this red, scarf on?
Uh-huh, right.
And see, that's a focal point for Hagen. He says, okay, I want you to look at the red, bright, strong red, and then your eye follows around and you keep coming back to the red.
Right.
It's just a focal point for his artwork. He goes to great pains to set these up just right.
Yeah.
You notice in the background you saw eucalyptus trees.
Which is native to, you know, exactly the setting they were in back in their home country of Australia.
Exactly.
So it's something that kind of falls in line with just what you would find different from different artists who are painting in the same kind of genre and style. You'd see a lot of differences. So that translates well into the other piece you brought in, which is a Russian piece.
Yes. Russia is very much a gray country, if you will. The people are very lively and happy, but there's a lot of gray there because, you know, the cold weather comes in, the snow snows.
Sure.
Beautiful, beautiful country.
That's what I say about the Midwest here. The winters can be pretty gray.
Gray. So what you do with gray is a fabulous color because no matter what color you put on gray, it pops.
Because it's neutral.
Yes. So you can put green on gray, you can put red on gray. So what Timkov does, this happens to be a landscape that he did about 60 years ago. He did it north of Moscow. His point was, and this is called autumn, he wanted to liven up the inside of someone's house with bright colors, and he always paints the sky at least in 1/3 of what of his artwork will be the sky.
Is that right?
And then they paint these beautiful trees. Russia is somewhat like Vermont in that it's north. The trees change dramatically. You've got beautiful colors, and then all the leaves fall off, and it's gray.
And it's gray through the rest of the winter.
So Timkov is very well known. He's one of the most famous artists from the last 100 years.
Is that right?
In Russian artwork, Nikolai Timkov. very interesting man. He's passed away. His artworks are being collected by people around the world. He's in many museums. And so I have a good collection of his work.
Do you? Yeah.
And I personally really like it.
Yeah, there are some excellent pieces as well, featuring some of the snow too. We were talking
Right.
about this before the interview that I've noticed, and that's something I always kind of gravitate myself to when I go to the Breck Fine Art Gallery. There are just, again, some amazing pieces, and not all impressionism, right? And just paintings. You have different mediums and different styles as well.
Exactly. Some a little bit avant-garde, others maybe Western pieces. In fact, Hagen, who we looked at earlier, he is very good at painting horses.
Okay.
And even longhorn cattle.
Sure.
I said, where'd you learn about longhorn cattle? He says, well, I've been to Texas. What do you think? He's a character.
That's great. Yeah, awesome.
He's a real character.
And so he does visit the States, and does he even come up to Breckenridge then?
He comes here, and when he does, I'll bring him on the air. Very interesting man. And then, of course, in the gallery, I have sculpture. I have really some nice bronzes from different countries, and styles that somehow touch on Impressionism, but with lots of color. And then, of course, I also have tonal pieces, and I'll bring one of those maybe
We'll
next
look
week.
forward to seeing it.
Okay.
All right. Jim, it was a pleasure to have you in the studio here. It's great
Thank
to
you
talk to
very much.
And we'll see you again. Have a Merry Christmas as well to you.
Thank
and
you.
We're going to take another break. And again, the Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery located on Main Street at the corner of Main Street and Park, right in Breckenridge. So come on in and go for a visit if you're strolling around town. It's a great location. We're going to take another break, keep things moving along. We have a look into another snow and weather report for you, as well as a couple of other great interviews to come. So, and don't forget Watch Win as well. So we're going to keep it going after this break. Stay tuned. You're watching TV8 Summit Sunrise.